Hello everyone.
Hello guys.
Okay, now we are Real Globetrotter man, a real one.
I'm Nico. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay, Nicolo Guerrera.
That's right.
Maybe you know you, firstly.
Yeah. Well, hi, I'm from Italy. Maybe you can guess it by my accent. I'm here hosted by Sheriff, kindly in Diyarbakir. And I'm in the final stage of my World Walk.
Record actually.
Yes. Well, not a record.
Guinness record.
We will see how it's going. Still 1 year left.
Okay.
So we don't say it's done until it's not.
I searched that. If you wanna be in the Guinness World
Record.
Yeah, record, you have to travel at least 4 continents and 30,000 kilometers. And he is so close. Maybe he will pass in Turkey,
Probably,
right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
He did the homework.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, because you anticipate already, I've been walking for 4 years in 4 continents and almost 30,000 kilometers. Probably I will hit the 30,000.
But it must be all 30,000 by walking, right?
Yes.
So if you minus the flying and the...
I'm counting only the walker.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
it's 29,600
that's so big, yeah.
kilometers. I should hit 30,000 before reaching Urfa.
Oh,
so
yeah?
like really close.
Yeah.
If we add...
so should you have apply or some, or I don't know how...
I don't know how it works actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, man, you do it.
Well, before I hit and then I see. But
Oh,
actually, yeah, I think you should send like an email
Yeah.
or something to the Guinness World Record and
So
ask.
they don't expect anything for your product, you know?
Maybe, yes, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know how it works, but I
Yes,
think...
I know you have a GPS, right?
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
the record is
Yeah, like
proof.
there are some proofs, so I can say, you know, I really did walk. I really walked 30,000 kilometers. I have a phone where I record every day my track and the GPS on a website where it said where I am every day. So there are a few things. Also, you know, on Instagram, I record almost every day where I'm going. So there are proofs. There are evidences that I'm doing what I'm doing.
So let's start with beginning, you know.
Yeah.
How this adventure is began.
Okay, so the idea was born like in 2018. I was finishing university. I tried to collect all the pieces of the puzzle, and then I said I want to do a very big walk, the biggest possible. And you know, the biggest is the world.
Oh yeah.
It's not just crossing Italy or doing the Santiago path. So I said I would like to do this walk. Why? Because I always wanted to write a book as a child, so it was a good way to have something to write about. And
so probably you will see.
Probably we try. I mean,
your book maybe.
Yeah, the meaning
2 years
is
ago.
the meaning of the walk is to write the book.
Okay.
And why walk? Why not bicycle? It's because I wanted to do it very slowly, in the slowest possible way, and in the most human way as well. Slowness allows you to...
The best way to feeling and living, you know.
Yeah, like for me it is.
Yeah.
It is because of its slowness. This quality allows you to go through the unknown places, and sometimes it forces you to stop where there is nothing, no road, no cities, nothing. And you have to stay there. And you have to discover and to find out what's there, where there is this nothing. And only walks allows you to do that. And so I said,
that's cool.
That time it made sense. So I collected all these pieces and I said, okay, maybe it's doable. So I tried to search how to do it because I was thinking to do it with a backpack, but it's too heavy. I didn't want to bring, you know, so much stuff with me. And eventually, by looking for solution, I found out my stroller. Ezio.
The famous one.
Yeah.
We will put
like
in the pictures.
So you guys can understand. It's like a stroller for babies, for twins actually. So it's quite wide. And inside this stroller I can put everything, like almost 40-50 kilos of load, food, water, winter clothes, summer clothes, repairing kit, pharmacy, whatever.
Traveling.
And once I found it, I said, okay, it's possible. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, great. So, okay.
That's the beginning.
Yeah, that's the beginning. So how it you can keep going?
Yeah, so like when the idea was born,
oh, yeah.
I said, okay, what do I miss? I miss money, I miss information, I miss
yeah,
training.
Actually, it started in the
2018.
The beginning of pandemic also, you know.
Yeah, so like the idea was
2020.
So
yeah.
So actually the idea was born like completely in 2018.
Oh yeah.
And then I needed some time to set up the whole thing, the travel, the money.
So
I went to work, I started,
yeah.
I prepared, and then in 2020, yes, I quit my job. And I decided to start
what
this work.
was your job? Maybe
my job was my job was marketing in Milka Chocolate Company.
Oh yeah,
very
people
cool.
will love it.
Very sweet job. I loved it. Yeah, like job was cool, but it wasn't what I was aiming to do. So I resigned, and I decided that I was going to start eventually. But as you mentioned before, COVID arrived just like 3 weeks after that I resigned. It was a very bad coincidence.
Life stopped, you know.
Yeah. And so I was deemed to start in May. I could not. I waited until August. And eventually in August, you know, there was... the world didn't know if COVID was finished, if there was going to be a second wave. I said, I risk and I try. And I started. So it was 9 of August 2020. Yeah. I started from Italy, my home. I closed the door behind my shoulders and I started walking. And I said arrivederci to my family, my friends, and I started. Yeah.
Okay. Personally, can you explain yourself? You are
31, almost now.
And you are from the city of or region of Marco Polo, right?
Yes.
Okay. Exactly. Modern region Marco Polo.
Very. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's so much. Yeah.
So okay. People will ask. I know the main curiosity about how is spending. You know how much you spend or
how do I finance my travel. Finance. So as I was mentioning before, I was working for this company, and I saved quite a few money to start with. Oh yeah. At least something that not many people know actually is that when I started, I knew that I didn't have enough money to do that.
Yeah, because you know it's a long. Will be 5 years. Right?
Yes. Okay. Yes. So I knew it. I knew I hadn't enough money, but I said I start and then I'll figure out somehow how to deal with the financial part. And apart from saving, I found out that people really cared about the travel.
Like generosity.
Yeah, like generosity of people, hospitality in general, but also many people who follows me on the social media, they donate, you know, like a beer or a cafe or a pizza or a nice night in a hotel or anything, shoes as well. So with these donations, I could keep on going, and here I am. I have also some sponsors, 1 and 2, for example. They help me with clothes. I have a really good sponsor, which is Ferrino, that gives me all the outdoor stuff. Chador, like tent, sleeping bag, sleeping pad, rain jacket, everything. Yeah. So that was a big hand because I didn't have to spend a lot of money, even if I started with my own things.
Amazing.
And yeah, like these are the 3 points: savings, sponsors, and donations. So this is how I can deal with the financial part. Of course, no 5 stars hotel. Oh yeah. Not a restaurant every day.
1,000 stars hotel,
but,
you know.
Yeah, endless.
Yeah, I am also
Milky guy,
camping,
Milky Way kind of hotel.
The best view.
Yeah.
All right. So, what about your route? Can you explain it? Actually, you started with Spain, okay?
Yeah. So
you closed the door to Italy, and
here I am in Italy.
All right.
Here I am. So what did I do? I went from Italy to south of France,
Europe,
and Spain. Okay, like Europe looks really small here, but it is small.
Yeah, it is small actually.
It is small. So from Spain, I wanted to go to South America.
Oh yeah.
But remember that I am working because I feel that slowness is the best way to move from one place to another because you can gather a lot of stories. So instead of going by plane, I decided to sail Atlantic Ocean with a boat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went with a ferry to Canary Island, which are just here, close to Morocco, and I hitchhike a boat.
Really?
Yes.
Come on, man.
I swear.
It's really fantastic.
I swear, there are proofs. Okay. So I hitchhiked.
No, I believe you.
And eventually, after a few days, a few weeks of search, it was pretty long, I could find catamaran. You know what it is?
Yeah,
it's like the big two hulls.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the sailing vessel we have in mind. It's a monohull.
Oh yeah,
monohull. A catamaran has two, and then has a bridge linking the two.
I can put the picture of it
and then a mast. Okay. So I hitchhiked this catamaran. And it was me, another Polish guy who hitchhiked as well, and the captain, Australian captain. 3 people.
Such an adventure, man.
And we sailed across Atlantic. Usually you do like this.
So you sailed to Latin America?
Yeah.
After you fly?
After.
Okay.
But before I reached South America,
okay.
I arrived here in Caribbean islands.
By sailing?
By sailing.
Okay.
It took almost a month. A little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah, 33 days.
Oh, man.
This is like 5,000 kilometers, more or less.
Wow.
So it takes time.
Okay.
And you go only by wind, so yes, it's quite something. We sailed the Caribbean islands for a while, for like another month. Then I got really... I had enough with the captain. We weren't dealing very well. We had other priorities, so we didn't like each other anyway. So this is when I took the plane and said goodbye, man. And I went to Panama. We everybody know Panama because of Panama Canal.
Oh yeah.
So I walked a very short stretch, 90 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean, where I stopped in Spain because it was not possible to go any further, to the Pacific Ocean. So it was kind of linking the two oceans and taking the walk on the other side. Okay. All right. Then remember, there was still COVID, and this is one of also the reason why I didn't go to.
All this happened just you are already
there
in
was
2020.
Actually it was 2021, January 2021. Okay. Already. So this is the main reason. Many people ask. This is the main reason why I didn't go to United States. It was not possible. There was COVID. It was shut down. Okay. So I went. I had to take another flight because from Panama you cannot go by land to South America. Because of COVID, right? Because of COVID, but also because between Panama, it's very small to say. Yes. Between Panama and Colombia, there is a big forest. Okay. Then the Darien Gap forest. There is no road. It's a very dangerous forest. It's controlled by narcos. Oh yeah. So it's like a no-go. It's very dangerous. Wow. I know only like 2 people who did it. For sure there are more, but like it's dangerous. So I said, I'm not gonna risk that much. Okay. I wasn't experienced for doing that thing. I'm not experienced now to do that one. So like it's dangerous. Okay. So I had to take a flight, and I decided to go to Ecuador. Okay. We all know Ecuador because of the equator line. Yeah. And there I started to walk again. Okay. You know? From Ecuador to south. To south. Okay. So I started just in Quito, the capital city. Okay. It's called the half of the world, because the equator line passes through Quito. One part of, And south. I went south, so I crossed Ecuador, Peru, and Chile. It's very narrow, but very long. It took me almost a year only for Chile, and then arrived in Tierra del Fuego, land of fire, I think it's the southernmost point of South America, and eventually reached Ushuaia, which is dubbed the end of the world because it's the southernmost city of the world. There is actually a small village south of Ushuaia, but they say it's a village, it's not a city, so we can name the southernmost city. That stretch took me 2 years, from the half of the world to the end of the world. It was roughly 12,000 kilometers. Wow. And like 3 countries, mainly 3 countries. I stayed in Ecuador 4 months, in Peru 5 months, in Chile 1 year, and then in Argentina like 1-2 months. How many kilometers you walk daily? Every day, like average. 40, 42. Wow. Above 40 now. Maximum? Maximum was like 60, 62.
62
yes.
kilometers.
In a day.
Wow, man, that's big.
There's a lot, like 12 hours.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like to do it. It's too much. I like to.
It took you whole day.
The whole day from before the sunset, before the sunrise to after sunset. It's too much. I don't like it. I like to do, around 45. A marathon. A marathon a day is like 42 kilometers. That's my stage. I started with 30, 32. And then I progressively went up.
Athlete.
I can say that, yeah. Pretty fit.
Okay.
And so that stretch took 2 years. Okay. I reached South America, and it was February, March 2023. Okay. So from there is actually no boat almost going to Australia, because differently from planes, if you go by boat you have to rely on winds, and winds, they blow in a certain direction in some period of years. So if you want to sail from South America to Australia, you have to do it from Panama Canal
again
like in March and April. So I was on the other side, right on the other side. I said, I'm not going up again.
Okay.
So I said, okay, like I take a plane and I went to Australia.
Perfect.
Sydney.
Okay. The
third continent.
Okay.
Oceania.
Oh yeah.
This stretch was roughly 6 months from Sydney to Adelaide, Adelaide to Darwin.
You passed the
desert,
the continent. Really?
Yeah.
Which desert is?
It's called Outback.
Outback. Okay.
It's actually a wide area. The Outback means everything that is inside Australia. Like I think it's defined as 100 kilometers from the coast. So it's a very huge area.
Wow.
Of like 5 million square kilometers, 6 million square kilometers. It's pretty big.
People living in, or
there is people living,
okay.
But it's very small. Like the biggest city, it's like 30,000 people, 40,000 people. It's very small. Yeah, it's Alice Springs. Okay. That stretch took 6 months. It was pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
Pretty hard because it was already 3 years I was out of home, far from home. So sometimes I felt like kind of homesickness in the desert. It was, a lot of staying with yourself. So
have you thought about give back?
Never.
Never.
No.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
I was sometimes. I was very.
Sometimes
challenged.
Okay. What
very tired. Now I am tired as well.
Oh yeah.
But I want to finish it. So I never thought to give up.
Wow.
So far.
That's big, man. Okay. So after Australia,
so we are in Darwin.
3 months.
6 months.
6 months.
6
okay.
months.
6 months.
We are in Darwin.
Oh yeah.
And so I went back to the northern hemisphere, Hindustan, India.
Okay, you came to a fourth continent now.
Yeah, here we are in Asia, where we are now. Actually.
Oh yeah. Fourth one, but it's okay.
And I started from Kolkata. Okay, so the eastern part of...
For Guinness record, first step, okay, now.
That's good.
Yeah.
So on the shores of the Indian Ocean.
Oh yeah.
So the idea was to cross India.
Okay.
And through Pakistan and Iran and the Middle East go back to Europe. What happened is that I walked from Kolkata to New Delhi.
Okay.
I applied for Pakistani visa and it was refused.
Really?
So I could not go to Pakistan.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I was nasty.
A big loss for Pakistanis, not for you.
Sometimes it happens.
They lose.
Sometimes they lose opportunity.
Man. Okay.
They lose opportunity.
Okay.
So actually, it's the geography there is pretty. It pretty sucks because it's a DMZ zone. So if you don't go to Pakistan, you cannot walk through China. There is Tibet. They don't allow you to do that. So I had only one option, which was to walk south until Mumbai.
Okay.
And from Mumbai, take the last plane and go to the Arab Peninsula. I went to Oman.
Okay.
Capital Muscat.
Oman also one of my bucket list, but
It's good.
I haven't been.
It's good. You know, like it is in Arab Peninsula, but it has mountains. People are good. There is good chai, so you can go there.
Good chai, it's okay.
Good chai, but with milk.
Really?
Put milk, yeah.
In Oman.
Yeah, like in India.
One?
Yeah, like in the Indian one.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. They do it with cardamom.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic.
It's cool. So this is another stretch. It's called the Arab Peninsula.
Right.
We were in February 2024, so this year.
This year?
Yeah. February 2024, like the very end. And I went up through the last desert of my journey, trying to speed up because I didn't want to stay in the desert in summer, very hot. So between February and May, I crossed Oman, UAE, the eastern shore of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, a little part of Iraq, Basra.
You entered?
Yeah,
okay.
Like 3 days, 4 days in Iraq, nothing more. And then eventually, at the beginning of May, I reached Iran. Okay. I walked north on the west ridge on the Zagros Mountains, getting to know the Kurdish side of Iran.
Okay.
I reached eventually Armenistan. Okay.
Iran, Armenistan. Okay.
It was July. In July, I took a month off. I was very tired.
Okay.
Because
in Armenia?
In Armenia, yes.
Okay.
Because I was very tired for walking that much.
Acceptable.
So, thank you.
You're right, man. Come on.
I could, yeah. So, yeah, it was a good moment. I did the tourist things. Okay. I discovered Armenia. It was a very nice place. It is a very nice place. I suggest to go because it's off the touristic radars and people are very nice. There is quite a good food. It's cheap. Mountains are nice. There are so many beautiful monasteries. Like, it's really something. Okay. Then I start walk again, but this time I parked my stroller Ezio to take a backpack with me and change a little bit the way I was walking.
You parked your stroller?
So that's a cool point. In Armenia there is a long hiking trail called Transcaucasian Trail. Okay. And there is a group of people who manage this trail. You know, they take care of it, they publish some news, they actually created it. So I wrote to these people and I asked them, look, I have this stroller, can I park it somewhere? And they said, yeah, there is this guy, you can go to his home, he has some space, and you can put it there. Okay. That how it actually, it's actually sometimes it's a problem, you know, to have such a big thing to deal with. Yeah. So it was stored safely. Okay. I could take my backpack and go. This time with the on the mountains with the on tracks with the things on my shoulder. It was a bit different, funny.
It's trekking, you know.
Yeah, like a real trekking instead of like just hiking. It was fun. It was fun. Yeah. It took me around a month to cross the whole.
1 month trekking. Wow.
To cross the whole Armenia along the mountains. It's quite nice. Actually, it's not very known as a walk like those one in Europe or North America. So I barely met people, but because of this was good to me. No bears, no wolves.
Really?
Yeah, only stray dogs, shepherd dogs, and you know, sheep, cows, and foxes, and this kind of animals. Okay. So not a big wildlife, unluckily.
Perfect.
So we are in September 2024. We're getting closer. From Armenistan, I went to Georgia, Gurchistan.
Okay.
I stayed there only 2 weeks. Not a big thing because.
How you walked just in 2 weeks?
Because I didn't go the long way. I just went to Tbilisi to meet some friends and then came to Turkey.
Actually, it's a small country. You know?
It's small. But you know, sometimes. So why did they choose to stay only 2 weeks in Georgia while I stayed 3 months in
also
in Armenia?
It's a beautiful country, you know.
There is a reason. It's because when I stay longer in a country, I think it takes like a big effort, like mentally speaking, to get into the culture, get to know some vocabulary, all the dishes, you know, get to know the people. So I cannot, personally, cannot do it in every country. It's too tiring. So sometimes I need a break. So I said, I stayed 3 months in Armenia. I'm gonna stay 3 months in Turkey. So I will make Georgia like fast, but like superficially and leave it for the next time.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was more about
so there will
charging
be a next
the
time.
batteries. There will be.
Yeah.
There will be.
Okay.
We know already. Yeah.
All right, man.
And so here we are, 22 or 23 of October. I crossed the border from Gurchistan to Turkey.
Ardahan.
Yes, Childir. Yes.
Okay, Ardahan.
I didn't went to Ardahan. I went to Kars.
Okay.
It's a bit south.
Oh yeah. No, north.
Yeah, like Kars is south of Ardahan. No.
Let me check, but it's.
Here you go.
Okay.
But anyway,
okay.
I went to Kars eventually. I wanted to know the Armenian historical part of Turkey, so Kars, Ani, and Van. And then after Van, I was planning actually to go through the Anatolian Altiplano. But every Turk people and Kurd people said, don't go. It's boring. There is nothing. You know, like
I don't say so.
The way like to Bingöl, Malatya, Mush, everybody say it's pretty boring.
Actually, not too much touristic, but and nowhere is boring for me.
Okay, you are the first person who say.
I love everywhere, you know.
Yeah, okay.
There's always something excited for me in every part of the world. So not just for Bingöl and Mush.
I had to come here to find someone who tell difference, you know.
Okay.
That's cool. But if I wouldn't come here, if I would take that road, I wouldn't come here and know that
okay.
It was good. So.
But it is for next time.
Next time.
Okay.
So yeah, that was the plan. I changed the plan. I arrived in Tatavan.
Okay.
And instead of going to Mush, I went down to Malabadi, Bitlis. Bitlis and Malabadi.
To Diyarbakır.
Yes, and eventually to Diyarbakır, where I am now.
Wow.
This is 4 years and 3 months. 29,600 kilometers, roughly, and 21 pairs of shoes.
21? Wow, man.
Pair of shoes.
Wow.
Yeah. And like 20, also 30 pairs of socks.
How many steps?
Like 40 million.
40 millions, wow, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
A lot.
Insane. Wow.
And still with the same body, I didn't change this.
Yeah.
It's the first and only I'm gonna use.
Okay.
And the plan is to reach, so it's to
1 year remain.
Yeah, like 1 year. Then I would like to come back in September 2025, so it's like 10 months from now. From Diyarbakır, I'm going to Adana.
Okay.
And then cut north through Ankara, Istanbul, Edirne. Okay. From there, I'm going to Bulgaria, same as Georgia, 2-3 weeks, no more. Okay. And then the next small country I will leave big is Greece.
Okay.
So it will be like Georgia, Turkey, Bulgaria, and Greece. In Greece I'm gonna stay like 2-3 months probably.
Okay.
And then from Greece I'm gonna walk
Balkan countries.
The Balkan countries like Serbia, Croatia, Macedonia.
Okay.
Like I still don't know if along the coast or in the mountains. They are both beautiful probably.
Okay.
And then back to Italy.
Okay.
In September.
Amazing. That's a big story, man. Big deal. Really. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, so what is the best part of this journey?
I like two things that might be considered as opposite things. I like the first times.
Okay.
You know, discovering something for the first time, like your first chai.
Really? Come on, man. Chai actually came from Sri Lanka, you know, from Asia.
But you know, every time that is the first time, it's very good because there is the surprise, no?
Oh yeah.
You don't know how it is. Okay. Usually it's good. Very rarely it's bad.
Okay.
But it's cool, no? Like the first time you eat kelle.
Kelle pacha.
The first days you arrive to Turkey. Or the first time you summit a mountain. It's so cool. But on the other hand, I really love to go back.
Okay.
You know?
Hey, you missed home. It is
no. Like
apart from home, 4 years.
Apart from home, it happened sometimes that even in this journey, I could meet people for the second time, or I went back to the same place because maybe I was doing a loop, and going back to a place I visited or to meet a person for the second time. It was fantastic because it is someone that you know, you like, and or something that you know you like. And there is, you know, the first days before, the last days before arriving, you are very excited, and you value more the moment that you will spend with this person or this place, and it's very good as well. I really love this part. It didn't happen so much because of the way of traveling, so you know, I go ahead. But when it did happen, it was super cool.
Okay.
So first times and second times.
Okay. Another. So what do you want to tell the followers? You know.
Well, if you want
a special message, maybe I don't know.
I would say, you know, that I choose this. Maybe I briefly explained before. I choose this way to travel by walk because it's very slow, and I think it can convey something that we are missing in the everyday life because we go too fast.
Okay.
You know, sometimes when you slow down, you have the possibility and the time to appreciate what surrounds you and to give it better value. It's what I did today, for example. No. Okay. So yesterday I arrived in Diyarbakir, and of course I wanted to see the citadel. So I was awake at 5 a.m. At 7:30 I went out and I went to the citadel and saw the museum, paid the ticket, and you know, went to the church, Armenian church, Orthodox church, and the Kami and
the life, you know, like the contract of life, no? You know.
But then today I went again, and it was a beautiful day. Okay, fantastic day. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I learned so much. He cooked a super delicious pasta, Italian pasta. It was amazing.
Today. But yeah, yesterday was so cool and so full.
Okay. Yeah.
Today I said, okay, I'm going back to the citadel. I already seen everything. So what I'm gonna do? Relax. Yeah. I had a really nice stroll above the walls without any direction, just walking. And then I found out this Han I was mentioning before, Delil.
Delil Han, yeah.
Delil Han.
It's actually now a hotel, you know.
Yeah. And, you know, I walked inside, it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna stay here for a while. And I take 1 chai and 2 chai, just looking around, and it was perfect.
That's
you know?
Why you traveling slow.
That's the point of going slow. You know, giving yourself time to appreciate. I love the citadel and everything, but the thing I will remember about the citadel is that Han and the chai I took there. That's it. That's the sense of going slow.
So thank you for the interview or conversation.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Eklemek istediğim bir şey var mı? Sormak istediğin?
No, thanks. Congratulations. You are all perfect.
Thanks to our cameraman today that helped us, our director.
I am always waiting you for next time, just traveling, not a record, you know.
Alright, but the first I wait you in Italy.
I will come.
Come on.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Oh, started. Hello everyone!
Here we are. 11.
Are you ready?
I am.
Good? Okay.
Antarctica.
Hello everyone.
Hey guys.
But we started, man.
Very good. First take. How's it going?
It's good. What about you?
Very good.
Easy. We are now with a globetrotter man, a real one. A world traveler by walking. That's so fantastic. So we wanna interview with him, with his pleasure.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Yanlış olduk.
It's
wrong, man.
No, it's okay.
Started.
Başladı mı?
Hı hı.
Dur kapat tekrar.
We do